going to open up my bamboo studio. And by the way, I am Mia, aka Miss Independent. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask any of your questions. I am the owner at Perfection Selections Customs, or just Perfection Selections. It is so cold. And let me know if y'all can't hear me. Okay, so whoever is new to 3D printing, I mean, I can say that I'm kind of new to 3D printing. Like, I've had my 3D printer for almost a year now. I can say that. And with me having my printer for a year, I did not start using my printer until maybe, I want to say, 2, 3 weeks ago now. I feel like it's been about around that. So, since I had my printer for so long, I was not using it because I have adult ADHD and I just could not stand to sit there and wait on things to print for hours and hours and hours and hours. But so what happened was I wasn't using my printer until I finally ended up making a bear's chain. And when I made the bear's chain and everybody was loving it, I was like, oh, let me make another one. So then I was making more and more. And then after making more and more, I ended up adding 2 more printers on just last week. So now I have 3 bamboo P1S um, printers. And if you don't have a 3D printer yet, I do suggest you get it. It is fun. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it because I don't like waiting a long time. I like stuff to be instant gratification. So we're gonna jump into it. And if you are here and if anybody is watching, can you type in the chat hi, or can you type at least where you're from? Because I can't tell if it's someone in the chat or not. So before I get started, I don't want to just be talking to myself. So can we at least get a couple of comments saying, hey, I'm from whatever, like me, I'm from Chicago. Chicago. I'm trying to see, I thought I had they gave me a view to see. Because I don't even know if I can see the comments. Okay, laugh chat. Did anybody comment? I mean, I guess it still wouldn't matter if you did comment and say, yeah, because I probably can't see it. I don't know. But that's the thing. I don't know if you guys talking or if you're not. I just want to make sure. Okay, I don't want to learn more. I just want to, I'm going to just type it in and see if it pops up. Okay, it did. So the chat does work. Y'all just ignore me, I guess. Y'all like, girl, shut up. We don't care about anything you talk about. Just do what you said you was gonna do. Okay, so would anybody like to suggest a pendant to make? Like some type of custom pendant? Do anybody have a suggestion? Anybody like to say maybe a certain thing or character or something like that? Can I get a volunteer? Or do I have to type that in the chat myself? Look, I'm new to all this live stuff, so y'all gotta help me out here. I don't like talking to myself. I despise it. Anybody out there? You can talk. Well, I guess I just gotta make up something myself. Okay, let's see. Hey, hey. Hi. Hi. Finally, somebody's coming in and speaking. I appreciate it. I don't know if my stuff is just slow and lagging or if nobody was hearing me. But thank you for acknowledging that you guys are here. So it might be just my slow computer. So I was just saying, did anybody have like a suggestion of a pendant that you would like to see me create? I can show you guys one that I did recently and how I did it. Yes, I'm trying to show people how to. So what it is the chains are already made. Like I got this from someone, and I also sell the foul as well from the one that I bought, and they gave me permission to sell it, so I do sell it or whatever on my website, and but I do know how to attach the pendant onto here on this blank. So your logo, let's see, what is your logo? Where can I find your logo? I sell the file on my website for I think it's 15.95 if I'm not mistaken. The Name Craft and Creations. Would I be able to find yours on Facebook? Let's see. The Name Crafts and Creation. Okay, so this is your logo. Let me see. Can I find a logo, a blank logo of yours? I know who this is. Okay, so I found a blank one. I mean, it's kind of shadowy, but we can see what we can do. So we're going to save this image. I'm going to just type your name. Okay, cool. Congratulations. Now, see, I haven't used Lightburn. I have Lightburn because I have a laser printer, and child, I didn't use that printer one time, and I do not know. And because I only used it that one time because I imagine I didn't had that printer since February of last year. But I used it because somebody had told me what they tell me. What I'm trying to do, trying to go to Canva. So you can either, if you have a Canva program, you can remove backgrounds that way, and also you can remove backgrounds. Um, what am I trying to do? See, that's my problem. I lose train of thought. That's the ADHD in me because I was just talking about something else and then started talking about Canva. So I'm gonna get back on track. So we're gonna take craft creations or creations and craft logo, and we're gonna bring it into Canva. I don't know why everything acting crazy right now. Oh, so you just have. So what do you use light burn with? If it's not a laser, I thought that's what that's for. So we're gonna take the background off of hers. Okay, so this is what we have after removing the background. which is cool, fine, and dandy. Now, I haven't found another way to, like, get an offset for this besides the way that I'm going to show you. Once I find a better way, I'll definitely let you guys know. So what I do after that is I download this as a transparent background, current file done, download. Oh, you create your SVGs in Lightburn. I'm going to show you exactly now how I create my SVGs. So I go to SVG Converter Free, and this is a free site that you can use to convert your images into SVG. I usually try to find the internal and found one that like fills it all the way in. Kind of fill it in. Well, I know that's only gonna do the edge. You know what I need to do? Or what? I'm gonna show y'all the other way I do it. So if you do know a better way to do this, that's fine. Let me know. So what I always do to high sin, and y'all gotta ban me too, cause like I say, this is my very first live and I think it's my first live on YouTube. But I know this is my first live tutorial. I think, because I don't really do these. Okay, so this is about the only way I know how to get an offset and how to get sometimes like a clean black image. Like you see how hers got colors in it. So you're just gonna do the single layer, which is gonna turn it pretty much all black. So we got her logo, and which is cool. Everything is all black, 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 black. Then we're gonna no, what am I doing? Go back. What am I doing? I feel so loud. Okay, so we finna make an offset. So first off, we're gonna turn this to another color just so we can do our offset. I keep forgetting crickets and change their stuff around. So please forgive me if I'm looking lost. I don't like to make bands that much bigger than the what you call it. But I don't be wanting it. I'm trying to think. I don't want all them toes in it either. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. So we're gonna hit apply. So now you got your little offset there. We're gonna make sure that's black. And we're gonna make sure that's black. So this is what I mean by this is like a long ass set that I do. I screenshot this with my snippet tool. And that's probably where Lightburn will come in because I probably wouldn't even have to do all that. And if you got silhouette, I'm sure it's probably easier too because you know, what is this? Out. Yeah, I'm gonna put outline. It should have been offset, but yeah, whatever. And then I'll take this one then I do, shift this over, bring this right there, remove that line, click that, new. Sorry if y'all hear my kid in the background. It's very loud. We're gonna save it. Okay, so we got those saved. Now I'm gonna show you another website that also helps you remove backgrounds. That's free if you don't have Canva, which is called BG Remover. So you just take that and you go to upload image. So you would take that because you know since I screenshotted it, it does have a background to it now. And then you just hit download. As you can see, it downloaded. Then we're gonna go to our outline, open it, and we're gonna download it because they removed the background already. Now you're gonna go to your SVG converter, and we're gonna turn them. Now we gotta turn to SVG. So, but as you can see, it's all black. So now that's in a SVG. Then we go to upload a picture, and if you need me to slow down, just say it. So since this all black now, we should get a better internal, which is that's pretty good. I'm gonna just check the rest of them, see are they crispier or even darker. Nope, they'll put a whole butterfly. So it look like we need to do number 3. Nope, because is this supposed to be a hole in the crown? Probably. Okay, we're gonna go with number 2. I just play around with it to see which one I like the best. And then now that we got our SVGs, we're gonna go over to Tinkercad. So this is your work plane on Tinkercad. So this is how you make different things and bring on the STL and create an STL that you bring in into Bamboo. So first we're gonna bring the outline. And I usually do math at about 150. And then it's going for it. And boom. Now we see her outline is there. We see the outline is super thick. So what we're gonna do is take that outline, bring this down, which this moves it up and down. And I can show you guys something else while I'm right here on this part. So you know how you see people create things with like, I want to say maybe a hole or like turn it into soap dispensers and boxes and stuff. So this is one way that you can do it. So all they do is usually stretch the dimension out, and when they stretch the dimension out, they add a hole into it. So say if this was a character or something like that, all you would do is take you a cube or something, whatever you would like, because it's gonna stretch out anyway. So what you would get is like the dimensions of whatever your soap bottle is or something, and then you stretch that. I know this is off topic of the chain, but since this was like this, that's what made me say something about it. Okay, so with her logo being like that, it's kind of harder to make it even to come out the top. But however, that's this hole right here is what creates a hole. So when you see that, that's pretty much a hole. And the only thing you would do is take this, use that little comb, push it in there. And then you can just look around to make sure like it's not coming out the back side. You should be also able to see how far it is in there. But however, when you look on this side, as you can see, this would need to come up just a little bit. Like, okay, so I need this to stretch that way. So that way, now you have a hole. So wherever you put the hole, that's where it's gonna put it inside your image or whatever. And that's pretty much how people get those little characters and they get holes and all of that stuff. So now it's a hole. And the hole is gonna create to the dimensions of where you feel this. So if it's only that far down, that's as far. If you need down further, it's better to look. Make sure you do move your things around to see where stuff at. If you wanted it to align to your object, you will highlight both of them, and there's this button right here that says align. These buttons right here is what you would align to. So if you wanted to go all the way to the left, you will press that. If you wanted that to go to the right, you press that. But usually most people want stuff what? Centered. So boom, it's centered. And now that you see it centered, you might want to move that up, but you know that it's definitely centered now. And then we will have to move this that way to create the opening. So yeah, I just wanted to, this has nothing to do with the Cuban chain. So let me say that now. This has nothing to do with the Cuban chain. I just want to give you guys an idea of how to add holes to objects when you want to make a hole to something. And then you have different holes. You have the circle, the sphere, the cylinder, and the cube. And as you can see, you can kind of stretch them out to the directions you need. Now back onto the pendant. So I usually keep our pendants like maybe around here, which is, I guess, it's 5 millimeters. That's the only thing about these numbers. I really don't know how to say what they are. But okay, so we did that at 150. So I'm gonna do this one at 150 as well. Okay, so now we see Deneen Creations right here. So her outline. So what we need to do is just you can do either way. So if you want to keep it the size that it is and like kind of stretch it from what it is already, you can do that. So boom. Now we got her outline. Now we got her name. And usually this part sticks all the way deep down in the image. So what I do is I pull it all the way out. I adjust it to make it small so we can get the best use of our filament and don't have to use so much filament because I mean you're really just using it for your name. But you see how it's hovering over that? You don't want that to hover. So you're going to take that little cone and you're just going to drop it down. Sometimes you got to zoom in to make sure that it's still, not touch. I mean, that it's touching. So you see how I zoomed in? Because if it's not touching and you know how you get that stringy stuff, or it's going to probably create some supports under there. Probably. That's what it'll probably do. But okay. So now we have her logo attached to her outline. And then what we do is just bundle it. It doesn't matter what the color is right here because what you do, crazy because I was going to make a chain too. Right, now you got you a chain. I'll just send you the file when I'm done with it. So, wait, okay. So sometimes when I see certain things that I don't like before I bundle it, let me fix this. Is this the outline? Okay, so yeah, I didn't like how wide that was coming from there compared to how it was on this side. Now that looks a little bit better to me. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, so we don't worry about the color, but what you want to do is you're gonna press the square in the circle, which is bundle group. And when you do the bundle group, this is how you get your colors separated once you bring it into Bamboo Studio. If you don't bundle it and you just union it, it's gonna make everything. I can show you an example now. Let's undo that. So say if we aligned all of these together and we just did union. Now you see how everything is a solid color. I mean, you still can kind of separate it. I think inside bamboo, I don't know. Maybe we can try to see what it would look like if we brought it into bamboo lab or not. But that'll be at a later time. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna do my bundle as what I know. So you take your bundle. That's it. Now you see she has pretty much appended. So what we're gonna do is export that file as a STL file. You welcome, boo. Okay, so now that it's exported, you're gonna go into your file. You're gonna go to import, import 3MF or STL. But Tinkercad always get the most craziest names. Why? I have no clue. But as you can see, it's still going. It still imports as a solid color. So somebody else was asking about will. What the hell? Okay, come on now, bubble. But you can see her name and stuff is separated, but it's going. Don't panic when you see it all come in as one color. So we're gonna get to that. So what I usually do is I bring my objects up within like the chain area right there. Mm, she got the little butterfly right here. So what I could do is okay. I'm gonna have to break this chain down. Objects. Because I feel like that part is not gonna be long enough. So what I'm gonna do is scale it. So I hope this don't mess nothing up. I hope it don't. With me scaling it. Let me see. Let me click it. Because you know when you scale, get the scaling stuff, it get the stretching stuff. I just want to try to get it. Excuse the baby, he's coming down the stairs. Okay, so what y'all gonna do? Okay, so usually I try to bring this up a little bit. Okay, let's see how this looks. See, I don't like how it's a gap right there. You probably can't see it, but I can see it. So we're gonna have to figure this out together. Okay. Okay, so I feel like that's a little bit better. And I kind of feel like that little link piece is inside of there. Okay, as you can see, it finally made it down to the bigger part. I just only like that to make sure that it's most secured. Now, what I don't like is how that's looking on the outside of it, but I mean, it is what it is. Now, if you can edit it and make it a little bit better, then you go right ahead and be my guest. What hoe? No, I don't create no hoe. So you see how it's already attached with that piece? You gonna pretty much mend it together right there. So, okay, now we're gonna work on our colors. So, what would you want your? I know most of your colors is purple. And I would say for your top piece, like where your name is, what I think would probably eat would be some. Okay, what's going on? Oh, because I didn't hit that. What I think would eat the most would be like that color changing. Feel me? What color do you want? Show your background piece. Maybe okay. I'm just do white right now, just to show y'all. Okay, so well, I didn't want the chain white. Okay, so your best thing to do is when it goes says tool type, I usually do fill. So when I do fill, that's gonna change the whole back. So since her purple, now if she wanted to, nah, that's the only thing because some of these connect. So with this connecting, whatever color she turned into is gonna turn all of that, or she can use what you call the circle option. Like, say if she wanted to do no, because if she wanted to do red for the hearts, it would be easy just do steel or something. But if she wanted to do, okay, let's change this to another color. Maybe let's say pink. If she wanted to do maybe just only the butterfly pink, she could take this and color it. I don't like this because I be feeling like I'm going to get the colors all, you know, if you do like that. But I think I found a way to kind of fix that by just filling it in as much as I can of just the butterfly. Don't judge me. I know it looks a bit ghetto. I'm just trying to get my little point across. Bear with me. And if you're not already, if you're not already, you can also join my group on Facebook. It's called Perfection Crafter Club. And that's where I will be helping people or helping others. I am a legit person that likes to help people and not scam people. I just had to get that out of there. Okay, so what you can do, you see how I'm doing this? I put feel. Now look at that. Eee. Okay, y'all see it? So the areas that I had over colored with the circle, which is I missed this right here. You can take your fill button. Oops, I ain't get that neither. You can take that fill button, go back to your background color, and boom. Y'all like that, don't y'all? So now, if she wanted, but you need to make sure all, if you're gonna do that color, you gotta make sure everything is literally that color. Because if you don't, that's where your filament change is gonna end up coming in just for a tiny little dot. So I would suggest you look and make sure everything is filled in. But okay, so say if she wanted a pink that the red hearts left her name that color, ooh, this and that. Or like I say, if you wanted to change anything else, say if she wanted to change creations to red or something, boom, you just, hit it. But I know she likes purple, so I'm gonna fill it back in with purple, this and that. So once you do that, you just hit your paint thing, and now she has an all white chain. Ew, I don't like it. And I know she probably would like her chain to be purple. So since I disconnected and disassembled the entire chain, I have to merge the chain back together. to make it solid. So you know how sometimes you guys see how you see the chain has different colors of layers in the chain. So this is where height range comes in at. So height range is you're gonna move this to whatever height you want it to be. So I'm guessing that's 8 millimeters, but you can look on here to see how high it's gonna feel, which is no. Let me see. Okay, so if we left it on 8, that's about the entire length of the freaking chain. Cause you see, I'm sitting up here trying to point to the line. But you see how where it say bottom 56, but then it's another little white line all the way at top. So if you was to did that, I'm gonna show you with this. This is how much of the chain will go pink. So now you see you got white at the bottom, and then you got white at the top. So that means you got too much feel, height feel. So you just pretty much adjust your height to however you want to adjust it to. Oh yeah, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry I didn't mention that earlier. But okay, so say she wants to do. Okay, come on. I'm sorry. I was gonna say TikTok acting crazy, but this bamboo studio. Okay, so say she want to do her little purple, and even if she want to do multiple colors, say she want to do pink, purple, and white. So I changed the level to whatever the heck I just changed it to. And sometimes that first layer gets a little crazy. So say if she had left that little pink butterfly and wanted purple, but also say she wants to do a little white in there, she can. You can do as many layers as you want, but you got to remember it's gonna affect the filament change. And matter of fact, what I do suggest when you do this, so you can get the perfect filament, before you do just your chain, what I would suggest you to do is to merge everything. So, okay, so if I clicked out of here, you see her chain is just gonna be, I must have hit the thing upside down, but you get the point. But I'm gonna redo that real quick so to show y'all what I'm talking about. So since the chain, you see how the chain is all white, so that will create a bunch of filament changes. If you leave it like this with just white, because remember your bottom layer is purple, and then that means it's gonna have to lay all these purple down. Then it's gonna have to come back in and do this white. Then it's gonna change back to do the second layer, which is gonna be purple. Then it's gonna go back and change to white. So that's too many filament changes. And I can show you how that's gonna look. So before you even can slice this, you always want to merge it anyway. So I'm gonna slice the plate how it is now, just to give y'all an example of. Oh, you like it like that with the white on top and the pink at the bottom. I mean, the pink in the middle and purple at the bottom. And just remember what I'm showing you. You can always, when I send you the file, you can go ahead and fix it however you want to fix it, my love. So even if you want to change the colors, just remember what I'm doing right now. And you can edit it and fix it the way you like it. So we just trying to see what the time is gonna be. And I feel like with that white being like that, we gonna be around about 8-7 hours or something like that. Oh, it is so cold. What is doing that? Okay, so we sliced. So we had 7 hours and 9 minutes. Okay, well that's not too bad, but look how many filament changes we got. We got 56 filament changes. That's a lot. And we had 7 hours and 9 minutes. So if you remember that, now look what happens if I go in here and fix it. Um oh, look at all that purple right there. Oh wow, it's a lot of filament changes too. We need to fill that in. Take it off pipe, fill it in. Nope, I just messed that up. I would have to take that circle like I showed y'all earlier. So you see how that got purple on it. That would definitely affect your filament changes. So you would definitely need to catch all of that. Because that definitely would affect it. Because it would have had to change out each color just to do that. Okay. So good thing I caught that. And then what we're gonna do is fill in. Do I fill in? Oh no, why would it do that? Undo. I wanted to fill that in with white. And that in. And that in. And that in. And that in. Well no, that could have been purple right there. Okay, I just filled that in. Okay. I don't even know why I ain't leave it on there. But oh my gosh, this thing is acting so crazy. Okay, so what I was trying to say, when you do your chain, you want to kind of do it by layers with the entire chain. So if we know this is going to be your purple, let's mark this as purple. So it's going to change the height on it with the pendant as well. And then you sometimes got to zoom in to make sure it's getting all your colors right where it say. So you're going to do that pink. And then you're going to come in with your last color and do that white. Ugh. See, that's why I should have changed my stuff the first time. I just tweaked, but it's okay. Because I just did everything by color. So make sure you merge your chain first and then do it by color. Don't be like me and do it last. Then it will affect your top layer. Okay, so and all my work I did with the butterfly. But for now, I'm going to leave that purple right there. Because I ain't doing all that. Okay, now you see how one of these look like the color changes off. So that means it's a layer somewhere with just white in it. So you want to make this all pink. So you won't be switching back to white. And then pretty much that's how you would do your chain. And even though if this is white and she wanted to leave that part white, but still wanted her chain links to be purple or something, she could. She would just have to do what I just did. Well, no. Now that it's like this, what she would have to do is separate her objects again. Then she would have to only do just the chain. She would have to merge only the chain together though. And if she merged the chain, she could change the color to purple. No, by height. I think it left it on the number we already had it on. And say she just wants to do purple from here on up. And then that's how she would get her purple, but with a white background. Boom. But if we left it the way it was with the white, oh wait, you want the purple on top of the chain? I'm sorry, I wasn't even looking at the comments at that point. Yeah, leave it like that. Okay. So leave it like what I just had it. Like this. And then if you want, we can change that pink in the layers to white. You welcome. You were saying yes, change the pink to white, or you just saying yes to leaving it like this? And then like see how this, you gonna have to say which one, cause I don't know which one we saying yes to still. Let me see. I'm gonna have to break this back down to parts, cause I don't like let's split the objects. The pink is fine. Okay, leave it with the pink. Cool. I broke this down, but I really don't like whatever this white piece is. I'm trying to see, is it a way I can change that later? But it looked like when I broke the chain down, it's still gonna change the red hearts to blue. Well, really, that's where your filament will come in at. So it's whatever your filament gonna be. Well, hell, you should do the heart pink. That I don't look. I'm finna say I don't like that blue, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. But I don't like the blue. I think you should just did it pink, cause then that would go with the chain. See, And plus, it's a heart. But like I said, you can always change it yourself. But I just like it like this. You can edit it up the way you like it. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, maybe I could do a spot. Duh. And we're gonna do this purple. Well, I wonder if I press fill. Okay, if I do fill, it seems to have filtered in. Boom. There we go. Now, sometimes I only just that part because I know it's doing it by the layers. And that little white piece was doing it by the layers of that. Okay, cool. Thank you, you guys, for seeing it's pretty. So yeah, that's how you pretty much change the colors. Now, if you want you a smaller chain, the way you would do that is, of course, we're gonna merge all these together. And when I do that, I press the top, whatever the top one is. So if it say assembly, and I take it all the way down to the bottom one, and I hit shift and then I hit merge. So that makes everything into a complete. This right here is gone. I always say that. I don't know why, but it's something with this. Cause this piece, the link sticks through there, something like that. I'm sure it's a way that you can fix it. But yeah, I'm not gonna be the one to fool with it. That's something you can do if you want to do. Now, if you want to resize it to make it smaller, you can always resize it. So if you wanted a kid size, baby doll size, or whatever, that's how you would resize your chain. So we're gonna hit back just to take it back to the size we had. And then pretty much that's it. Like, it's not that hard to make the chain. And I wanted to create this live and video because I see things all the time. Like, I see people charging and overcharging for these classes and stuff. So I want to create a safe space for people who's not looking to pay bunch of money, because we already got to pay money for a lot of stuff. We got to pay money for our equipment. We got to pay money for our material. Then people be wanting to charge you for simple stuff that you can find on YouTube. And that's my thing. When you looking to find something to do, use all your resources before you go to ask anybody, in my opinion. We have too many apps out here. We have YouTube. We have, I don't know why I keep looking over there like y'all over there, but the camera is right here. We have TikTok, which is my number one go-to because the videos are quick. We have YouTube, which are lengthy videos that goes in details about a lot of things. Then thirdly, we have Chat GPT, Gemini, or whatever AI you use. Ask AI. They be knowing what they be talking about a lot of the time. So go on there and ask them folks. And then if you can't find it through none of them resources, let a Facebook group be your last one, because you have too many people that prey on the weak or the old or the unknowingly. And I feel like, okay, now you see how we cut the time down? It was like 7 hours and 19 minutes. Now we at 6 hours and 21 minutes, which is usually a good one. And then also, if you want to cut it down a little bit more, we can go over here to quality, I think it is, or is it strength? No, I think it was quality. You can do quality, and you can do, where's the infield? Okay. Your sparse infill, you can do it anywhere from like, is it 2 to 7 or 5 to 7? I think it's like 2 to 7. They say do it at. So I usually do man maybe around a 5 or a 7, depending on how I feel. And that's only gonna just make this grid within here wider. It doesn't have to be at 15. And then I also usually change half the stuff. I don't even be knowing what it means. I ain't gonna lie to you. Here's another one that I'll be changing. Well, we gonna leave that. And then we slice the plate. Now back to what I was saying. So I try to create a safe space for people to learn these things without being overcharged, without having monthly subscriptions for somebody to teach you something that all they did was the same thing you could have done, which was went to YouTube and came out with the same information. And I don't like that. Like, to me, you are a scammer, pretty much. That's, let's call it what it is, a spade a spade. You are a scammer because you know. Now I can see if you were to do like how I'm doing right now, I'm showing you how to do it. And if you can't comprehend what it is I'm telling you in a setting like this, or like you still not getting it after watching the video or watching it several times, and you just really need some help, and you really want to set up a one-on-one with somebody, now I can see you doing that. But steady charging somebody $80 a damn month to teach them something that you found on another group, and then you want to hurry up and run to your group and remake it, and then, oh, I'm finna sell the files for $50 to y'all or $40 to y'all because somebody in another group asked how to do this and this and that. Like, that's scamming ass activity to me. Oh, look. See what we did? Now we was just at 6 hours or something. Now we at a total of 5 hours and 58 minutes. All because I changed the infield. You do not need 15% infield. You can do from 2 to 7. And I just changed it to a 5. And somebody was telling me you could check each layer. Okay, now you see that's the infield. So these is the grids. Now if it was left on a 15, I wonder would it show it if I changed it on here as is. I mean, while the screen is up. Will I have to slice it again? I guess so. Okay, I'm gonna slice it just to show y'all the 15%. So yeah, that's pretty much just what I want to do. And then I hate when I get in groups and they be like, "Oh, you can't share a link." Why can't I share a link that will help others? Like, to me, that never made sense to me, or doesn't make sense to me. So you telling me if I found some information that I feel like could help other people in the group, you say, "Oh, well, you can't share that link because it's going to direct you to something else." Who cares? It's helping me. It's helping me understand. It's helping me learn something new that I didn't know in the first place. And I'm sure someone else may take heed in that information as well. Like, to me, when people do that, I just leave the groups. I leave them because ain't no way you telling me I can't drop a link in your group because of the fact that it's gonna lead to another group. Okay, and just because it leads to another group don't mean I'm gonna leave your group. Now you see how these infields is real tiny. You don't need that much stability, which brought it back up to 6 hours and 20 something minutes. So you don't need that much stability inside this chain. You really don't. So you can just change it back to 5. Hell, you probably could do 2 if you wanted to. And then we're gonna slice that, and then we're gonna leave it as is. I ain't even have to slice it because I'm not gonna make it. Okay. while it's trying to slice. And if you ever want to export and send a STL file to someone, you're gonna export it. If you export it all objects as one STL, that's gonna waste your time because now everything that you just separated the colors is gonna be one color. Export all objects as STL is gonna do the exact same thing. So you want to do export generic 3MF. And boom. And then now that is considered a file, and I send it to her. And the only thing she has to do, if she wanted to really change colors, she could change her colors by changing her, her filament and whatever else she needs to change in there. And pretty much we're done with her. And we just ship it off. And that's how you have a Cuban chain. Now, do anyone have any other questions? Thank you, thank you. No problem. I'm going to try to do more videos of things that I know. I'll try to do maybe a live a day. If I don't get to a live a day, maybe a live every other day. I will be going live on YouTube because I do want to get my watch hours so I can get monetized on. And that's how I feel it should happen. Like, instead of charging people monthly rates and stuff. Now, if somebody want to be nice and be like, hey, thank you, I appreciate you for your extra help, here's a tip or something. Now, I always tell people, yeah, you can tip me, but it's not required. I appreciate that more than anything. But this is how the way I feel like it should go. Like, go on your apps, your YouTube, your TikTok, your Facebook. All of them you can become monetized on, and you could just get paid from giving out the knowledge that you know, versus sitting up there trying to scam people $80 a month for classes and stuff, and you don't even be knowing what you're teaching because you asking me how to do stuff. But that's neither here nor there. You're welcome. That's another story for another day. So just remember what I say. If you don't know something, try all your resources first. If you still can't figure it out through those resources, just pop into the Facebook group and ask your question there. And maybe, hopefully, I know it, or hopefully someone else will know it. And mind you, I don't just own a 3D printer. I own industrial sewing machines, cover stitches, sergers, wig industrial sewing machine, laser printer. Now that one I don't know much about, so I may need the help with that one. I have a 36-inch printer, a 24-inch sublimation, a rolling printer. So I have a lot of devices and printers. So it's a lot I can help you with. Huh? So, yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys learned something, and I greatly appreciate the ones that stayed and watched, and I hope you guys were able to learn. And I'm about to blow this popsicle stand and probably go to sleep. I will do another live. Okay, that's maybe what I can do a live on sometime this week, is how to get your background music for your videos. Okay. But anyways, see you. Thank you. Bye. I'll probably still be sitting here looking crazy because I don't even know how to end this live. You will not be able to reconnect. Your stream will stop and you will no longer be live. I mean, I think that's what I wanted to do. Hold on. I told y'all I'm new to this. Not true to this. Your stream will stop immediately. Okay. End.